Hello everyone, it's Jen with Sensible Wellness and Yoga, and today I wanted to offer a core strengthening class for you. And I've talked about this before, but our core is so much more than just our abs, and I feel like that is definitely where a lot of people's minds go when they think of core work. But the core includes all of these muscles that help to stabilize your spine, including all your hip muscles and even your diaphragm. So I wanted to do a more unique workout that encompasses some of the other really important core strengtheners that you should be doing, and we are actually going to start with a breathing exercise. So what you'll need for this class is going to be some type of block or book. We are going to be standing on it, so if you even want to use like a step, that can work too. We're going to do that with one of our exercises. And then also some type of cushion. You can use a couch cushion. You can use just some firmer pillows if you can stack them on top of each other. We're going to use something like that for one of the exercises as well. With that, we're going to get started on our backs. So I like to lay with something underneath my knees for this, but it is up to you. If you feel like you can bend your knees and just relax, that works as well. And we're going to place our hands on our outer ribs. I want you to give a little bit of resistance, and then we are going to breathe in through our nose while we apply that resistance, feeling our ribs expand, and then giving a little bit of a press as we go deeply into the exhale. So in through the nose, and then out slowly. All the way out. Little resistance as you breathe back in. And exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale. Two more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Then we're going to do 5 reps of one other technique. I want you to put your left hand on your chest, your right hand on your belly, and we're going to inhale through the nose, expand the chest, and then take the breath all the way to that right hand underneath the belly. Then we'll see if we can soften the belly and then soften the chest as we exhale. So it's a little wave, chest, belly, belly, chest. So let's begin. Inhale. And then exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more rep. Inhale. Exhale. Then release. Taking a couple normal breaths, and you'll find that when we breathe with intention, it's a workout. You'll feel tired, but that is working on really building up our diaphragm, which is so important to the use of our pelvic floor, that deep core, and it helps to stabilize us. All right, we're switching gears into some more active core work. Now I have on my ankle weights. I do these really regularly, so I like to add a little bit of resistance. You want to feel where your body is at. Now, a couple things. If you know your back is really prone to rounding, so you go to lift your leg up and you can just tell your whole back is wanting to press against the ground, it might be nice to roll a little towel up as you do the core exercises so you can truly fire this up. For those of us that have more of a tilt in our pelvis, I like to kind of brace back just a little bit and hold that tightening as we do it. So, holding that engagement, we're just gonna lift the right leg up and back down 10 times. Up, 1 and down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, 9 and 10. All right, breathing. Really easy to hold your breath in core exercises. Counting out loud is always a helpful hack for that. Let's go ahead and take the other side, lifting up to where you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, pausing a moment. We're gonna take a second set, but I'm gonna add one other option if you wanna kick it up a notch. You can bring it up, out, and then back to your second rep. So if you wanna make it a little bit more, see what your hip is liking. Just bracing your core and lifting your leg is enough, but you can always advance and fire these muscles up even a little bit more. Let's go ahead and take 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Breathe a second. Taking the other side. Either option, what we did first or doing that little extension out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, pausing and breathing a moment. All right, and then we are going to roll onto our sides. You can use a pillow for some support if you need for your upper body. And then we're gonna straighten that top leg out. Now, what I see all the time when we are working our outer hip is people turning their leg out and doing this. That comes from the muscle up here being tight and even a little weak. So we really want to think of keeping the toes pointed forward. It's not a very big motion and you should feel all of it on your outer hip. If it starts tracking forward, you know you're compensating. I like to keep my hand on my hip as a little guide. Let's go ahead and lift for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Can relax it down a moment. And we're gonna take it one more set and then flip sides. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, shake that out. Whew. Take in the other side. Getting cozy, checking in with that top leg, making sure we keep those toes pointed forward, taking it up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest it. All right, and then let's do the second set. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, shake it out. I'm gonna show a couple options for this next hip one. I know for some of us, laying on our belly, especially if you know you have that kind of anterior pelvic tilt, you gotta be careful. So what we're gonna play around with is gonna be a little leg lift to squeeze the bum, and it is gonna fire up your back a little bit, but it shouldn't be a huge compensation. If you can feel it really compressing your low back, I would play around with coming up on all fours and maybe just even playing with extending the leg out. You can also do this against the bed or a couch and support yourself and just try to extend that leg back. We're doing something to fire up the glute and therefore getting a little bit of those lower spine stabilizers. So regardless of where you're at, we're doing 2 sets of 10, starting with that left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Taking a couple deep breaths. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, rest a moment. All right, we'll take it one more time. Back to the left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's take the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, and 10. All right. I got 2 more exercises for you. Here is where our props are gonna come into play. First, we're gonna stack either a couple pillows or finding some type of cushion, placing it at the side. You're gonna lay over it. I like to put my hands behind my back, and you really are thinking about lining it up to where it's supporting the ribs a little bit, but it's not fully lined up with the hip. And we're gonna come into a little pop-up that fires up those obliques on the side. So coming up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We're gonna take that on the other side, just showing 1 set for this one. Stacking up the legs, lining it up right on the edge, but not including the hip. And we lift up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, next one is gonna be standing. Now this one often is really easy to compensate. So you're gonna step on a step, and that is gonna have one leg kind of hanging lower. I see a lot of people when they go to do this bending their knee. The knees are gonna stay straight. You don't want them locked, but straight. I like to put my hands on my hips as a gauge for that compensation. And you're just gonna hike that leg that's hanging off of the block up and down. It might be a really small motion, but it's to work along the back. One of our stabilizers, quadratus lumborum, coming up for 1, 2, 3. You're definitely gonna feel it in this hip too. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, taking it to the other leg, letting that opposite leg hang off, leg straight, and then we're using that muscle in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Thank you for joining me in this short and sweet core strengthener. I have another beginner's core here on my page. Thank you for supporting me, and I will see you in future videos.